Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time is reach you, I greet you. You already know what this is, this daily content with me and the babies. But they sleep. I took them to Forest Park and ran the life out of them. While we was waiting to run into Macy, one of our supporters, and she showed so much love and all of that that I can't do nothing but take time out my day to thank her for even taking time out her day to support the movement, come meet and greet with us and play with the babies because we into that. But with that being said, man, let me take a moment out my day, man, to clear up a few things. Let me take you back so I can bring you forward. In 2017, I had my mother's funeral while she was still alive. I'm going to give you a second for that to register. In 2017, I had my mother's funeral while she was still alive. The reason for that is going to come into play later on, but hold on. When I decided to have my mother's funeral, I got so much ridicule and so many questions from people trying to figure out what I had going on and why I was doing what I was doing. But it wasn't their business. I was doing it. It didn't have nothing to do with them. But they wanted to make it about themselves. So they questioned my rationale and my reasoning for whatever it was that I had going on because they couldn't understand it. And I wouldn't take time out my day to explain it to them. Now, there's a reason why I wouldn't take time out my day to explain it to them, because it wasn't their business. But, you know, when you tell somebody that, they always take that the wrong way, like you being aggressive or you trying to be angry and this, that, and the third, when you just literally tell them why you just don't mind your business. You are more than welcome to be a part of whatever it is, but you don't have no control over this, and nothing you talking about is going to change the situation. But you know how people are. They going to, try to add their little 2 cents, try to make it $1 and this, that, and the third. But it was already $1 before you brought your 2 cents, and I didn't need it. So I had my mama's funeral, right? And it went the way that it was supposed to go, this, that, and the third. But I had my mother's funeral because my mother told me verbatim that when she passed, she didn't want nobody standing over her dead body talking about how much they loved her when they could have told her that while she was still alive. Made all the sense in the world to me. That's why I made it make sense. I dealt with all the ridicule. I looked over all of the questions. I didn't really pay none of it any attention because it was a plan after that. See, the plan after that, I don't really tell nobody the story, but if you go do your research, man, you probably will figure it out, right? But I'm going to tell you flat out so you can get a crystal clear understanding of where I'm coming from. So me and my mother had a conversation about her not wanting nobody standing over her dead body and saying anything to her in death that they couldn't say to her in life. You know how they do you when you die. Everybody love you, right? Where we ain't like that. Me and my mama, we not like that. You gonna tell me you love me now, you might not never get the chance to do it. Right? So that was what it was. But it was a reason for that. My mother wanted to be reunited with my father. You already know what my father's name is. His name Robert Lee. Right? When she passed, she told me that she wanted to be cremated and her ashes to be dumped on top of my father's grave. My father's buried in Leavenworth Cemetery. He was in the military before he passed, and he's buried in the military cemetery. Him and my mother were not married because he died before they got married. She wore her engagement ring my whole life. But that being what it was, the plan was after she passed to have her body cremated and have her ashes reunited with my father. I never told nobody that part when I was doing the initial funeral service because that wasn't none of their business, and I wasn't taking time out my day to explain it to them. Me and my mother had an understanding on how it was going to play out after she passed, and that was my job to handle that. Needless to say, after she passed, I did what I was supposed to do. Now, mind you, I got all kind of questions, comments, and concerns up until that point. But after my mother passed, I really got a lot of them because she didn't have a funeral and couldn't nobody view her body or none of that. If you didn't speak to her while she was alive, you didn't see her body or get to say anything to her after she passed. I'm talking literal. I'm talking, I have people in my family that are so mad at me right now because after my mother passed, I had her body closed off, and nobody that came to the hospital to come see her body to try to say something to her got a chance to. Nope. Because my mother told me verbatim, don't let nobody stand over my dead body and lie to me. And I felt her on that. Now, fast forward, got the Robert Lee thing going on. And here we go again. Questions, comments, and concerns about what I got going on when you don't know the reasoning behind it. And I ain't gonna tell you, you're gonna have to pay attention and make it make sense. But back to my mother's funeral. Now, in 2017, I had my mama's funeral. I told you, I 4K videoed it just in case you want to watch it. The video is titled, I Had My Mother's Funeral While She Was Still Alive and Enjoy It. If you want to look it up, it's on my YouTube channel somewhere in here, right? You could find it. Just look it up. It'll pop up. But what I'm saying is, you know, fast forward with, what's the name of the movie? Coming to America, right? The new movie Coming to America. I have yet to see it because I don't care, right? But so many people told me that inside of this movie, it was so amazing how they had, I'm cooking. I'm air frying chicken. I was gonna do cooking in the cell, but I just kind of want to sit down and get this off my chest. Because if I would have been standing up trying to cook, man, I'm talking about this conversation would have been all over the place. But inside this movie, they tell me that it was so beautiful how they had the funeral while whoever it was still alive, and I laughed, right? Because that's a movie that ain't real. Right. But I had to ask the people that told me about it, like, yeah, you remember when I did that in real life? It's different. It's completely different. You know, when somebody do something and they make it cinematic and it's bigger and they got actors and actresses and they put a whole bunch of money behind it and this, that, and the third, people admire it and they talk about it. They whisper about it and they get them people they props. Oh, that was a great idea. That was a great little part of the movie. That was amazing. Well, my real life is a movie and I did it in my real life. Nope, not with a budget neither. I did it on my own dime, right? And to make it even better, while I did that, I also gave away a nice size donation to a lady with MS. The same thing that killed my mother. I gave away some money to a lady with MS at my mother's funeral. I had my mama give, but you got to watch the funeral to see all that. And yes, the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation was invited. They were in attendance in the building. They've been at all three of them because I done gave money away for my mama on 3 different occasions, right? Once while she was alive and twice after she passed. And if you ever pay attention, when I be in my kitchen, it's a colorful pig that be on top of the refrigerator. It's another one. It's coming back. Just hold fast. But back to the Robert Lee thing. So here we go again. I'm doing something I've never seen nobody do in real life. And here we go with the questions, comments, and concerns into what I got going on and why I'm doing it and this, that, and the third. And I kind of want to just tell people, man, to mind their business. And I want to get vocal about it, and I want to start using vulgarity and start cussing and start trying to explain myself to some people I don't have no business wasting my time and energy trying to explain myself to. So I'm not. Nope, I'm not at all. I'm just gonna tell you, man, you better keep watching this movie and see what else I might try to pull off while I'm still alive and in real life. And hopefully, you know, things go the way that they supposed to go. I ain't never seen nobody do what I'm doing. And when somebody do it after me and it gets all the praise and all of that, I'm gonna do the same thing I did with my mama's funeral. I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing because my time gonna come to shine. I'm not gonna worry about trying to take somebody else's, right? You know what I'm saying? Not at all. I just feel like, right, that I'm a star, right? And it takes a whole bunch of stars to light up the sky. Like, it do. It takes a whole bunch of stars to light up the sky at night. See, it take the sun to light it up in the daytime, and everybody want to be the sun. I don't want to be the sun, man. I want to be a star next to a couple other stars, and we be just as bright, if you get what I'm saying. But people don't never want that. Everybody want to have it their way. Everybody want Burger King. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they want to have it their way. And you more than welcome to have it your way in your life. But you can't have it your way in my life because I can't pay a bill with your opinion. The toys, the clothes, the food, the moving around, this, that, and the third, those are all things that I have to pay for out of my pocket. And your opinion ain't helping that. So I'm not taking no time out my day to be trying to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. You just gonna have to pay attention. And hopefully later on, a star do what I'm doing, right? The same way I'm doing it. And then you will completely understand it because you going to show them admiration for it instead of giving me the flowers that I deserve while I'm still alive. But if you don't know this, and a whole bunch of people don't, I have an Instagram, right, that's called I Like Flowers, So I Stop. It ain't got no pictures of me. I think it's one picture of EJ on there so you know it's mine. See, I like flowers, so I stop. Because every time I see some pretty flowers, I stop and give myself my own flowers when I take time to smell them. Now, y'all enjoy y'all day. Y'all be safe, positive, and productive. You know my slogan, man. You can enjoy the show or you can change the channel. But nothing you talking about is gonna change the content, and unless I decide that I want to add a screenwriter into my life, ain't nothing gonna change this plot. Now y'all have a great day, and do what y'all be doing, and I am gonna have a great day and continue doing what I'm doing, because that's how you know a happy puppy. Happy puppy be sleeping. Good day.